What if Deku was a ghoul? Part 2. So, to start it off, I just want to say thank you guys for the support for part 1. And yeah, let's get into the video. So where I left off, Deku, just exited Recovery Girl's office after she asked him about the eye patch. He didn't really know what to say, so he just said he hit his eye, and that he wants it to slowly heal instead of her healing it. So she's like, okay, fine. So he's just walking out, and I'm just gonna go, boom, 2 weeks pass. And during those 2 weeks, he gets a letter from UA. And he rips it open to this little disc thing pops right out as Deku just clicks the button, and it's and All Might says, "Young Midoriya, welcome to UA. You've passed with 200 points. Congratulations. You got number 1 and you are the freshman representative. Congratulations." So Deku just is like, okay, cool. Yeah, I made it. My dream's coming true. Yeah, let's do this. So he's like, okay, cool. And now he's going straight to, well, that happened. And now during the next 3 days, he went to Ontaku, got some more flesh and stuff, just so he wouldn't be freaking out over all the people in UA. Because if he lost control, he'd probably instantly be killed by all the heroes. So, yeah. So the couple days pass, and now we're at the it's UA, and Mr. is always here, put these on, we're going outside, and last place gets expelled. Everyone freaks out, and Deku's just alright, if I get expelled, I get expelled, let's do this. And Mr. Aizawa kind of likes him just because he didn't really care if he got expelled or not. He just wants to do it. So he throws the ball to Deku and says, "What did you get in middle school?" And he's like 60 meters or something. And he's like, "Okay, now throw the ball with your quirk." And Deku just throws the ball. And so Deku throws the ball, and it goes, I'm just going to say 500. And everyone's like, whoa. And he's like, "Is your quirk strength related or something?" And he's like, well, I just have heightened instincts, really, so I mean, you can count strength, but it's not really that much. He's lying, basically. So everyone else goes. Deku ends up getting second, under Momo. He pretty much got, third or fourth in the ball throw, just because he can't use his Kagane. If he used his Kagane, it would have gone super far, basically. Okay, so now, hero versus villains. I really want to skip this. I know you guys are probably going to be like, but why? I'm just going to say Deku with his heightened instincts dodges Bakugo, punches him, knocks him out, wraps him up in tape, goes against Ida, just jumps up really high, right over Ida, just grabs Uraraka and just throws her at the bomb. She gets it, they win. That's basically it. And now it's time for the USJ. My favorite part about this, because this is going to be somewhat of a short series, but I'm hoping, because I'm trying to really think about this. I've been thinking about this for the past day or two, ever since part 1. So the USJ happens, all the students are like, whoa, this place is so big. And then Deku points out, is there supposed to be black mist down there or no? And they're like, oh everyone's teleported into different areas and they're all fighting, and then Deku comes out and tries to save Mr. Aizawa from the Nomu, only to be grabbed by some guy that was really muscular, kind of like the Nomu, and he had blonde hair going back, and he looked really insane. And he's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm here to kill you. I'm here to torture you." As he grabs Deku and just jumps out, and everyone's like, "No, Deku." And so All Might appears, destroys the Nomu, and he's like, "Wait, where's young Midoriya?" And they're like, "He got kidnapped by someone. I don't think he was associated with the League because he just jumped out from the window. Oh, shoot. We gotta find him. So we come back and we see Deku sitting in a chair, strapped up. His legs strapped against the legs of the chair and his arms strapped against the chair. As Jason comes out and says, "Time for torture," as he whips out a centipede and just puts it down in his ear. And, like, the screams of Deku are, like, they're bouncing off, they're echoing. He just can't deal with the pain. He's like, ah! He's going insane, basically. And he's, like, going insane. And like, Jason, like, gets out his pliers and just starts ripping out his toes and stuff. It says, "You like that, don't you? Count down from, what's 1,000 minus 7? And he's like, 993, 986, 979. Like, he just keeps counting down so he, like, doesn't go fully insane. And that's, like, the tactic that Jason uses to keep him, like, with the most pain. So we're back at UA, and all of the heroes are trying to contemplate what is happening. Like, they just lost Deku, and they're not sure if he's being tortured, if he's being killed, and they're like, we gotta find him. So the heroes know it was probably like ghouls or something instead of villains, because they're fighting ghouls also. I'm gonna say the CCG doesn't exist because heroes basically are the CCG. Meaning, like the Kagane cases don't ever exist. Well, they probably do, but they were a lost cause. So they end up going out. They end up going to. So they find out this warehouse, and they're going to attack it the next night. And it's been well over 2 weeks of Deku going constant, like, traumatic experience. And that's when all of a sudden he just blacks out and he wakes up in his mind. He's looking around and he's surrounded by a patch of white flowers. And he sees Rize, the girl that basically tried to eat him, and he's like, "Rize, why are you in my mind?" And she's like, "Can't you just accept being a ghoul? Accept that you're a ghoul. You need to stop saying you're not one and just accept it. You need to accept your species," and heal him, and then he's like, "Eat me." So he just, like, basically dives onto her and just eats her, basically. Well, some of her. He's like, "That should be fine," as the flowers turn red and Deku's hair turns white from all of the stress he's gotten, and now he's finally accepted his ghoul nature. And he's pretty much gone insane, basically. Not too insane, but, like, he's still, like, he's gotten super powerful just because he just accepted his ghoul side, and he just got white hair, kind of like Hanaki did, basically. So Jason's like, "What happened to your hair?" And he rips his chains out and grabs the chain and just starts choking Jason. And he's like, "What the hell? How'd you break out of the chains?" As he bites him, and he's like, "You taste like rotten meat." As he goes, he charges at him, and he just keeps puncturing him with his Kagane. He's like, "What's 1,000 minus 7? And Jason's just like, 993, 996. He just keeps counting down. And that's when Deku basically just eats all of them. And that's when the heroes arrive, punch right through the dome, like, ceiling thing, only to see a white-haired Deku turn around, and he's like, "Well, if it isn't All Might, it took you long enough to try and save me," as he gets into a fighting position. And, like, All Might just falls down to his knees to see a ghoul Deku, and he's like, "Midoriya, young Midoriya, what happened to you?" He's like, "I've been here tortured, waiting for somebody to come for 2 weeks. nobody's even come to try and help me. As he charges at All Might, and All Might is just like, we gotta try and save him. As All Might is immediately punctured in the back by spikes, which doesn't kill him, but it certainly hurts. As he sees Toka drop down, and he's like, Deku, come on, we have to go. As Deku basically just puts on a mask that he got, which is Kaneki's mask, puts the mask on, and they go outside. And the heroes now know him as the Eye Patch. And All Might doesn't want to say that it was Deku, so he's just gonna say they failed to find him. So he said they failed to find him because he can't live to accept that Deku is the Eye Patch. He's gone insane, and now he's like a killing machine. Because they jump out of the building to see the bottom 5 of the top 10. So you get the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th, and the 10th heroes, and they all charge at the Eye Patch, which is Deku, and he punctures 4 of the he uses Kagane to go right through 4 of their hearts, only leaving the 5th and the 6th. No, the 5th. And he's like, the hell? How are you so strong? As Deku just jumps right on him and just takes a bite right out of his neck before puncturing him through the heart. And he's like, finally, someone that actually tastes good. And so basically, it's like a week from that attack. And everyone thinks that Deku got killed or eaten by the Eye Patch. Everyone thinks he got killed by the Eye Patch and then eaten, basically. And there was no sign of Deku, but when All Might broke in, he just found a bunch of blood over a chair with some bones laying on the ground, which were almost his size. So he's like, that must be his torturer. The Eye Patch must have gotten here first. So they're all just sad that Deku's probably dead. And Deku's just living in the shadows with, he's living in abandoned places, basically with Toko's brother. Because now they're basically teaming up, trying to, they're trying just to survive, basically. So Deku just doesn't know what to do anymore because he can't go back to UA. And, he's going to try, but he knows All Might found him. But he's probably just oh my, wonder what he's gonna do. So the next day, Deku wakes up in an abandoned car park, and he just looks up to see All Might, or he looks up to see Endeavor there. He's like, kid, who are you? And he's like, who are you? He's like, I'm the number 2 hero, you idiot. You idiot. Well, come with me. I think you're the missing UA kid. The only difference is you have white hair. So, Endeavor just busts down the door to Nezu's office and just throws the white-haired Deku in, and he's like, this kid, I think he's the missing one. He's like, are you Deku? And he's like, yeah. And Nezu just points at his hair like, what happened to your hair? And he's just like, I don't know, it must have been from the torture. So, they just walk him back to 1A, and they just put him in there, and everyone just looks horrified at, this Deku with a bunch of scars around his toes and his fingers. And he had, his ear things as he just, as he tilts his head over and pulls out a centipede right out of his ear. And he's like, wow, I didn't think that was still in there from the torture. And everyone's just like, what the hell? What the hell happened to you, Deku? Why is your hair white? Did that guy really put a poisonous centipede inside you? Inside your head? And he's like, I guess so. Well, I hope you guys did enjoy What if Deku is a part 2, and it's gonna take a long thought to get part 3. It's gonna take a while. Then, so Monday we have part 4 of what if Deku ate the devil fruit, and then Tuesday, what if Deku ate the devil fruit? Wednesday, what if Deku was a ghoul? And then Thursday and Friday, what if Deku ate the devil fruit? And then Saturday and Sunday, we have what if Deku had the powers of Sans. See you guys. Bye.